D.C. police have released new body camera video. It shows officers shooting and killing a man during a crisis intervention call. It happened last Wednesday morning. Now, this is some of that video showing just a glimpse of the heavy traffic officers were walking through. But we do want to warn you, the video ahead may disturb some viewers. Our Daniel Hamburg joining us live here in studios to walk us through that video. And Daniel, police tried to calm that man for hours.
Yeah, Chris, this started around 6:45 a.m. last Wednesday for a man experiencing a mental health crisis. Officers de-escalated the situation and got him into an ambulance, but on the way to the hospital just about 2 to 3 hours later, police say 41-year-old Clifford Brooks attacked the paramedic, pinning her against the inside wall of the ambulance. She was able to run away, and Brooks followed her. In the body camera video, you can see an officer run toward Clifford Brooks. He lunged at that officer while another officer used pepper spray, which didn't work. You can see Brooks fall to the ground. He then gets back up and runs into traffic on North Capitol Street. Skip to about a minute and a half later, Brooks emerges from a box truck he was hiding under.
Drop it!
Instead, Brooks runs toward the other officer with a metal object. Brooks was pronounced dead on scene. Police recovered the weapon he was holding, which appears to be a tire gauge.
Any death is tragic, especially in a circumstance like this where the officer spent so much time trying to work with the individual and get them the help that he needed. With that being said, that the officer does also have to make sure that he protects himself and the community that's out there. So
Executive Assistant Chief Jeff Carroll says the officer who fired has specialized crisis training.
Crisis intervention officer, that's an additional 40 hours. The involved individual in this case, he's also an auxiliary negotiator. That's an additional at least 80 hours, and there's subsequent trainings above that.
Asked about less lethal options available, Carroll says all sergeants have tasers, but had no information whether any officer on scene had one.
Some of our field training officers do have tasers. And that's something that we look at, the availability of tasers and other less than lethal weapons that are options in situations like this.
Now, the officer who fired those shots is a 31-year veteran of the department. He remains on administrative leave. In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.